Join us on another adventure with Wild and Free Interior Alaska, where we explore life off-grid in remote Alaska, sharing our experiences either building in a challenging environment, hunting, fishing, trapping, and family time, just to name a few, and so many more adventures. What are we waiting for? Let's go! Just hooked up our Starlink to our Jackery battery pack. It is just getting going, so it kind of kicks off with a bit more usage as far as the watts output. But once it gets up and going, it'll get all sorted out. There it goes. You'll see it keeps kind of dropping. It's trying to find it. It takes about like 3 or 4 minutes total, I would say, to get like reliable satellite, and then we're good to go. Trying to set it up, I did step into thigh-deep snow. It's just sugary powder, so about what I expected if we're not on our packed base that we've been driving over regularly. You're silly.
I've just been jumping in the same spot, but maybe I can make it over here.
Don't like that idea. Why do you think I don't like that idea?
There's something there. Wood? Oh, I know.
Why? Why would I not like that idea?
Snow could fall on me.
Yep. Snow could fall on you over there.
Jump here.
Yeah. Not that side. Why don't you come over to this gigantic pile?
Just pissing it.
Not there. This corner. Right here.
Hey.
Y'all go right over there. Excuse you.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I say that, but
Oh, okay.
you got it for me.
All right.
A cannonball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty indent. Pretty
Good, Camden.
Making s'mores.
Is that your dessert?
Yeah.
Nice.
We have 3 different chocolates.
What kind?
Reese's, Crunch, and Hershey's.
What are you gonna go with first?
Probably Crunch.
Crunch, yeah? I don't think I've ever had a Crunch s'mores. Are you gonna make one for me?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Being 75 miles from the Arctic Circle means that our sun stays up a little bit longer here than it does in Fairbanks. So it's 6:45 p.m. and the sun has now gone down. But as you can see, even though the moon is out, check out that beautiful moon. Look how cute that is. So cute. But it's still so light out. The most beautiful blue skies. It might be an absolute fabulous night for the Northern Lights because you can see little stars. I have a feeling that's a planet above the moon. I don't know which one. Maybe, I don't know, Mars, something like that. When we were in Hawaii not too long ago, we had a really cool experience where we had an astronomer come with a really powerful telescope, and at night we got to look at all of the different planets. So we saw Jupiter, Mars, Venus. We looked at the moon up close. It was pretty much a full moon, so it was really cool. And there was one particular planet that shined really bright by the moon. Can't remember which one it was, but we got to look at it up close. It was either Venus or Mars. It might have been Mars. It was just a really amazing experience. Something my kids still talk about. So it just made me think of that. But otherwise, it's so gorgeous out. And the fact it's almost 7 p.m. and it's still light enough. We just turned on lights inside. It's so good. It's so nice. So good to be back after a little break, getting out here between traveling to Hawaii and being very sick with the flu. So, yeah, I've been trying to hold in this cough. You'll see some footage of my husband, and he is coughing. We were quite sick. We got it while we were in Hawaii, so that made for an interesting time. No, I didn't capture really much at all of our time in Hawaii, other than some pictures, because we really just truly disconnected and took an absolute break, and it was incredible. But now we're back out here. The world is crazy, and it's just so refreshing to be out here where we find peace and happiness. So I hope that you enjoy while watching. And I hope someday, if you don't get to experience this, that you do find an opportunity to experience just the pure peace and serenity of being out here in the mountains. So our oldest is super hungry, so he's making more food. And what did you guys just see outside?
Satellite.
Satellites. So all the planets are, you heard me mention earlier that it's super bright. Well, there's so many out there now, and they're like all in a line. I guess apparently it's like only happens every 100 years.
It's pretty boring now because the satellite's got a straight laser through, like a finish
Did
line.
you see it, Carter?
Yeah, it was
I saw
fun.
it.
I saw him go through the
It
Big
was a
Dipper.
bright one.
Nice.
He went through the Big Dipper and navigated around the stars.
No, Carter
Nice.
doesn't really navigate since
It just
the
moves.
star's just thousands of millions of miles away from it.
I saw him.
So that's pretty cool. Do you guys see how bright all the planets were out there?
Yeah, the Big Dipper's like insanely bright.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So the stars are really amazing out there today. Well, tonight. And maybe. Do you see any northern lights out?
I'm gonna put the other part together.
Well, it's clear skies, but no northern lights. But all the planets and stars and satellites are doing some pretty crazy things. So that's cool. And meanwhile, we're making some hash at like 8:30 p.m.
I'm gonna eat it.
Yep.
I love hash.
Yep. He's just on an eating frenzy. So
Oh,
that means we're just
hungry.
continuing to make food when he wants to eat. Well, that's always a positive.
That's how I put meat on my bones.
That's how he puts meat
You
on
know
his
what
bones.
happens sometimes with me? I eat so much, but then once I wake up in the morning, I'm hungrier than normal.
Yeah,
Even after you eat so much?
Yeah.
Interesting.
that's what happens to me too.
But then when I
Dang.
don't eat a lot, I wake up like not that hungry.
You want to know why?
Interesting.
I do that too. And then what happens is your stomach usually, the fat on your bones, it usually takes some of that and then sends it through the digestive system to make energy.
We're not camels, Carter.
Yeah, you think it does it?
Well, sounds like you guys are growing. It's another beautiful morning. We just got up and the sun is already coming up at around 7:30 in the morning, and it's pretty warm considering the time. The aurora was out last night. That was beautiful. It got better. I didn't record how it got better, but it was really nice. Today I'm not sure what we'll accomplish. Probably do some more firewood and maybe a few things inside. Then we will pack up and head back. Unfortunately, definitely don't want to go. Would much rather just stay out here. But for now, while we still have jobs, we've got to get back and do them. Breakfast this morning, after the kids had some chocolate chip muffins, we're gonna have some potatoes with some bacon and sausage and coffee and eggs and Yep, pretty good. We got everything we need out here to make a tasty, delicious breakfast, right?
Except for hash.
Well, because we ate it last night. That's why. That was our pre-breakfast. We'll have to get more. And the cabin chef presents us with the most amazing breakfast that you could possibly just quickly throw together out here. Oh! No, I'm just revealing it. It looks super tasty. Really excited. One bite, everybody knows the rules. Is it past the test?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's dig
Maybe he's
in.
saying that so he doesn't fail.
Well, you tell me. How's it taste?
Which one?
Whatever you want. All right. Another weekend that just goes by way too fast out here. Enjoying everything. Tundra knows it's time. We are closing up the windows. Everything is shut down. Pretty much cleaned up, ready to go. Bring in the last few items. We didn't accomplish a whole lot out here besides Cameron getting lost. Okay, he wasn't lost. He was just terribly stuck for hours because he was on the wrong part of the trail, which wasn't the trail until he found the trail, etc., etc. Trying to break that trail open. So it turns out we're just not going to be using that one really anymore, but we will be hauling stuff out to build a decent sized shed that will also be a workshop and a shower and an added guest room area. So we'll be hauling out those materials here in the near future. One of the reasons that we needed to take the other trail to get it ready to go. And otherwise, we are enjoying another lovely, lovely, lovely day out here, getting ready to go. It's probably about 60 degrees again in the direct sunlight, and I'm going to be sweating in all of my clothes on the way back, but don't really have too much room to put them other places because we packed pretty light. The boys want to ride on the sled this time on the way back, so that is where they will be. And I guess it's time to, unfortunately, say goodbye until next time. Way in the distance, that is where our cabin is. At some point, Cameron will break over this hill. I hear him. if you notice, this doesn't look right. I know it's a little dark, hard to see, but I'm gonna have to do some maintenance because you see, that broke. Yeah, it just broke off. And now, the way that we normally attach this, by just the skis, because the ski is all pushed out and it doesn't fit on the trailer, well, it looks like the whole machine's just gonna go pop over the edge. So we're gonna try to somehow do some. Oh, I don't think you're gonna push. I don't think we can push it back in. Because I think it's caught on the other pipe, the way it's bent. Maybe if you loosen that? Do you want to attach this to here and we actually put the snow machine to the sled? Or I mean to the trailer? Are you sure? That plastic's gonna break. We ended up putting one strap on over top of them, in addition to the normal one holding the ski, since obviously the ski is off and it's all leaning this way. And then he has this strap to hold that all together, the steering column. That's pretty much what's holding it, so it hopefully doesn't keep swaying out. And yeah, we're gonna hope for the best because we have some very bumpy roads ahead of us and a problem at hand. Well, what you see here is a problem. Yeah. So this happened right after we reached the parking lot and we were loading it up. And we thought maybe, by we, I mean Cameron, because he was driving this one, that something wasn't right.
So it does look like it was just welded on from the factory.
And there's like a little lip.
All this off.
So you can slide it back over
Slide it back on.
Like a cutoff tool from a Dremel? Or like the sander grinder one?
We're going to have to clean off the inside of this.
Oh, yeah. And put it back on. And I don't know if there's any bolts. Obviously, what did this and this?
So they just bolt to the plastic bolts to them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So there's nothing else that broke when this all went outward and pushed all the plastics off. So that was our first indicator. The plastics were starting to not align very well. We're like, that's weird. And then we're loading it up. It all shifted and this pushed off all the plastics that are up here. And then that's when we looked and we're like, oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. So here we are. Just another day in the life.
Thanks for joining us.
Give us a like and subscribe and follow for our next adventures on Wild and Free,
Interior Alaska. Thanks for joining us.
Give us a like and subscribe and follow for our next adventures on Wild and Free,
Interior Alaska.